Hi everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk about one of my GitBook which I have written. This book is for developers who want to learn a little bit of DevOps, okay? Because now it's not like you are a front end, you are a back end, you are a DevOps. You should know most of the things. I mean, at least the beginner level or the developer level knowledge of the DevOps tools and technologies. Okay, if you are a backend developer, then currently you can't say that you don't have exposure to AWS or any of the cloud platform, right? Either AWS, Azure, or GCP, Google Cloud Platform, right? So in this, what I'm covering is the basic DevOps platform. What are different toolings are there? What is cloud computing? These are the very basic things. I mean, what are the services it is providing? Platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and function as a service, backend as a service. All those different implementations are there right now. Then I started with the very basic CI/CD tools, which everybody heard about this term, but they haven't used any tools, or they just use basic tools. They don't have a exposure on it. So what I have done is I have covered in-depth example hands-on tutorials that how you can set up a CI tools for GitLab, for GitHub, how you can set up a CI/CD on AWS platform using installing GitLab runners on EC2 instance, or I mean basic setup using Travis CI, how you can achieve this using Jenkins. If you wanted to use a Jenkins CI, then how you can install it on the EC2 instance and can create a Jenkins build server which will take care of your builds about the different projects, right? Then AWS code commit, code build, code deploy, all these different stacks which we already have. These are actually development tools which AWS is providing, which is code build, code deploy, code commit, code pipeline, right? Where you can stack everything together from code build to code deploy through the code pipeline. Okay, after just covering the CI/CD, I started talking about Docker, because now we are writing services in the microservice orchestrations. We are using Docker for the local development and maybe Kubernetes on the production environment. So you should have understanding about what is Docker, how it works, what is Docker Compose, how to write Docker Compose for your Node.js project, full stack project. Then quick recap, AWS quick recap. I didn't record my own videos. I'm using existing videos provided by these different vendors, right? In the AWS quick recap, we are talking about different toolings from AWS. It may be talking about EC2, S3, CloudFront, right? All different set of tools. Here we are talking about all different set of tools, right? EC2, how to create a VPC, Route 53, CloudFront, S3, right? How to manage the IAM roles and all. And then these are the different platform services which we have, right? Now I'm not targeting that you get expertise. You can actually go through some specific courses, developer associate or AWS beginner level. There are some certification courses also, you can go through them. So here we talked about basic computer networking, because now we are talking about how things works, how things communicate, what all different protocols are there. So I talk about basic internet protocol, OSI layer and all. And then I talked about how to construct a VPC from starting till end. Okay, then VPC demo, and then all these different services which are categorized in AWS storage, AWS compute. All these services has been covered, not in depth but briefly, so that developers can get more exposure about maybe AWS component. If you like Azure, then you can look for Azure or GCP. Then talking about simple deployment of Node.js services on EC2 containers, or maybe on the Dockerized containers on the ECS platform of AWS, and some basic microservice architectures. Like if you wanted to write basic microservice architecture, then how to write your Docker Compose file, right? And basic architecture components, what all components are involved in it, okay, what all things you need to consider while writing the basic microservice architecture. Okay, then I covered a little bit about AWS ECS. So this GitBook, you can say, can be helpful for a beginner level developer to understand the DevOps, different platforms, different services, and different providers for cloud infrastructure, right? Okay, so that's I wanted to cover. I'm already starting up a new series which will talk about AWS components and DevOps knowledge for developers, which will talk about these different required AWS components. It can be simple as a CloudFront, Route 53, AWS S3, EC2, ECS. We'll also talk about Kubernetes clusters on AWS, creating a simple VPC, creating a simple infrastructure having Node.js containers, Node.js EC2 instance, talking to RDS, how to distribute these services, these EC2 instance into multiple availability zones and all. Okay, thanks everyone.